What's up? Welcome to my live stream. And I'm here. Oh, your bedtime's in 3 hours, bro. Anyway, today I didn't have much planned for this, but I don't know. I kind of want to have a more regular live stream happening on my channel. So we're trying it out today, right? Although I still don't know a good time to live stream because there's so many different time zones, and I know that um, most of my audience is in the US and most of them are in California. So I figured maybe I should base it around LA time, but oh,
We're getting into it.
no, live stream,
You what?
live stream.
Hey, you again,
That was awkward. So someone's here. Who's here? Yeah. Anyway, I thought I could just do a Q&A. You know, people do Q&As a lot, and maybe I can ask or I can answer some questions about them skates if anyone has them. Although I know people getting pretty old now, so maybe there's none. But yeah. I have been playing around with setting this up on my computer as well, where I can have like scenes and I can have like more control over this, you know, if we really wanted to do it. But no, it's harder to set up, and I don't have the cords to like stream with my DSLR, so and the webcam on my laptop's pretty terrible, and the audio is pretty terrible, and I don't have internet in my room, so right now I'm just stealing my sister's room, yeah. But I don't know. But I finally got it working. I was thinking I could do like a weekly live stream. I don't know when, because I think Sunday's probably not the best day. Sunday night, I feel like people probably have work on Monday and they're trying to get ready for that. But I don't know. It would be cool. Especially if I could do stuff like I could play like on a roll, or I could like go through some videos I've seen, or get help with research on Blader News, and I don't know, or just discuss like plans for the channel. I don't know, it's like the idea of a more consistent live stream happening, you know? So I'm starting to think that this time might not have worked. Where is everybody? I did notice too, when the last video I uploaded, I did change the upload time. I changed it to be LA based, and it didn't seem to do anywhere near as well in the first few hours. So maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe I should stick with the Boston time, because it seems to work well, I notice. So what my usual schedule is I upload, oh, hard to hold. I upload a video at 9 a.m. in Boston, which is 6 a.m. in LA, which is like 1 a.m. in New Zealand. So it seems to work alright, I think. I don't know, but I thought maybe I should cater to most of you guys, which happen to all mainly be in California. Oh, I can't hold my camera. Hurts my arm. Can I flip it? Oh, I can. Okay. But yeah, most of you guys seem to be in LA. Is that true? Not in LA, in California. I know that's what my analytics say, so I figured maybe I should base it around that. And it didn't seem to work, so I don't know. If you, I suppose everyone that's going to make it to this live stream probably suits this time zone, so it's probably not a good time to ask. But if you guys do have, no, think of a better time for me to live stream, please let me know. Because I'm down to get a better time. I know this isn't the best time. Maybe during the week or something, maybe a Saturday, maybe not a Sunday. But I do want to start doing weekly live streams. Ugh. This is the trial month anyway. And I'm kind of worried about this one because I don't have, like the other live streams I've done, I've had the, wow, it's tiring to hold this up. How did I do this last time? I think I had a table. But yeah, last time I noticed that all the other times I live stream, I've had something to focus on, like suggesting tricks or going through trick suggestions, or even when I unbox my them skates. So this one I have nothing, which is a bit scary. But I noticed there's 5 people here, so shout out to you guys. If you have any questions, I'm all ears. Shout out to that one dude that hit like as well. Appreciate it. Oh, sup Spencer. Is this like a good streaming time, Spencer, for you? Like Sunday night, do you think? Or is this like it's really annoying because it's in the middle of dinner, or I don't know. I just don't know when to do it. Anyway. What was I gonna say? I've got a follow-up review. 4 p.m. for me. Oh yeah. So I guess that works then. 4 p.m. It's not too early, is it? I don't know. Suppose it's a Sunday. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Maybe if I start doing this more regularly, people will be more prepared for it. But anyway, I got my next video coming up on Monday is a follow-up review on them skates, and it's way too long. I talked for way too long about it, which is interesting. It's longer than the original review. I don't know, I'm getting bad with like just rambling on about stuff and I don't know what to cut out, but and some people really like the longer videos, but I think that's usually when I'm skating, not when I'm just talking, because I guess it gets a bit boring. But yeah, because I noticed there's a lot of things I didn't talk about in that. Oh, this hurts my arm. In the first review, and some things I said weren't right, like the them skate. It's not a rigid skate. It's a flexi skate for sure. But so yeah, stay tuned for that. It's coming up Monday at 9 a.m. Boston, 6 a.m. LA. Oh, Spencer, shout out for copping a lace tee too. Hopefully that comes soon. I saw that. Shout out. Thanks, man. So awesome. How do I feel about them compared to shifts now? That's a hard one. I'm kind of like, the shifts almost have put me off razors, which isn't good. The one thing I really like about the shifts is that they got me. Hold up, they got me. It's too my arm. They showed me what the difference between skating flat and skating anti-rocker and skating big wheels was like. It showed me. It really helped me compare how different they were and how much better it felt to be on all 4 wheels. So if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be skating flat now. I probably wouldn't have looked into that as much. So I really like shifts for that. But other than that, just the way the shifts felt after like 5 months or so on them, they just made me not want to skate because they just don't feel solid, you know. They're very twisty, and whenever I do like a top acid or something, I just felt like they were going to break, and they'd pop undone, and I don't know, they felt sluggish, and I didn't feel responsive, and like it made me not want to skate. So in comparison to them's, they feel a lot better than that, a lot better. It's a flexi skate, but they feel on my foot, and like since they like just fit me, they're really responsive, and you know, once I was used to the grooves and stuff, they felt amazing. You know, although I am having a lot of trouble with top sides on them on ledge, and it's got to do with how small the sole plate is. Well, I'll show you. Ugh. I don't know if I've talked about this 100 times, but see, the heel on the sole plate is very small. It's like almost the toe is bigger, and on most like skates, usually the heel is the bigger part. And on shifts, it's like twice as big. Not really, but so top sides, like I'd focus on getting the heel in. I feel like toe then heel. I don't know, but that's probably not true. But so yeah, when I try to do top sides on ledge with these, for whatever reason, I have to really think about this getting this heel on, and I usually get heaps of wheel bite when I do it, and I just never want to do them anymore because of these skates. And on the shifts, I know they became a safe trick for me, so it kind of sucks. But yeah. So really, how do I feel comparing them? That was the question, right? I think I don't know. I don't know how the Shift 2 is that's what they called, right? Shifts 2? Is that really called? I don't remember. I don't know if they improved it. Why did I press X? Oh. I don't know if they fixed like the looseness, the twistiness of them. But the Shift ones, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'd much rather skate in SL. Because I just even look at my SLs and they just look so much more solid. So I think I definitely would say I prefer the thems over the shifts. But, still, if you're looking to like change up your setup a lot, shifts are absolutely amazing. And Spencer, so did you get the shifts too, I'm assuming, because you can't get the original shifts anymore, I don't think. Do you ride it with all the bolts in? Because I think that makes a lot of difference. And when I read them, I only had one bolt in, and I think that also made it worse. Like one sole plate bolt. I mean, I don't know. They degraded very quick on me, I think. Maybe that's just what skates do, but they just didn't feel good anymore. Anyway, shout out to the 2 people that hit like. You guys are dope. And the whole crowd of 8 people. Oh, you have the shift ones? Okay. With all the bolts. I think that's definitely a good idea. I just really wanted to commit to the fact that I didn't have to unscrew 8 bolts to change frames. And I also didn't want to drill the holes in the sole plates because I brought extra ones and they didn't have the holes drilled and I just couldn't be bothered. But anyway, I sold those skates. I honestly think if I got new skates again, they're probably going to be like maybe a Rossies or maybe any Sal. Depends how I'm feeling. Or if a cool new theme comes out, I'd try that. But I suppose there's new themes out now, but it's pretty much the same thing, right? I also go through this weird phase too where every second skate I buy ends up being white, and then I get a white skate and I regret it because they look disgusting in like in like a month. So I'm like, never get white skate, get a black skate, and then I'll get a black skate, and I'll be like, it's so boring, I want a white skate, It's like this never-ending loop of black to white, black to white. I don't know. I don't really buy skate park parts so much as well, like I used to. I just would rather get whole new skates, which is interesting. I used to keep skates for like up to like 2 years, and I'd just buy new sole plates or new frames here and there, maybe new liners. But now I'm just like new skates. Maybe I have more money now, I guess. Anyone got any more questions? No, it's just 8 people here and only Spencer talking now. You have the small and medium thems and determine I'm in between sizes. Oh, the fit of thems, that's the worst part about them, I think. The sizes. I really hope those next skates come in like all sizes, because, oh, my arms hurt. Because it's the biggest letdown when you have to go like up a skate, like 2 sizes up, just because you don't fit the lower sizing. It's just so lame. No one wants a skate that big. I really hope he can fix it. But like I was really worried that like these skates gonna kill my feet because I'm like right at the end of the medium. So, but mine broke in. It's a good point. They feel absolutely comfy now. Like I don't feel my toes at all at the end. So they're kind of perfect for me now. I'm like right on that sizing. So this is like the smallest skate I'm ever gonna fit. So I kind of can be happy with it then, I guess. But no, I think it's not the best. That's the worst part about them skates. I really hope John changes that. Oh, the USD shadows. They look really cool. I've never tried skating shadows, but they looked. I know. I'm glad they're not gone because that's so sad when they're gone. And Chris Farmer, he's like he needs them skates. I mean, he doesn't need them, but like I don't know. Those skates need to exist. And my friend Slug, he loved those skates, and now he's on Valos or Rossies, so I'm sure he'll be hyped to try them out. But I know people love those skates. They're big sole plates, right? I think it's kind of weird though, because they're designed to be like so you can just unstrap them and be in shoes, but no one ever uses them like that because the shoes are so like hard to replace. Or is that just what I know? I know people love that skate because it has such a good negative plate. I'm really glad that it's not disappearing forever, and I can't wait to bring it up on Bladed News. So I heard it's coming out in fall. Is that true? Does anyone know? Ow. Oh. Anyway, also I'm really like how the new them skates have that hardware fix where he connected like the two sole bolts so the thread can't ever spin. Well, I don't understand why all skates aren't like that. Because the worst part about like changing parts in your skates is when the thread on the inside spins. It's just so annoying, and it always happens. It always happens when you really don't want it to. And like it seems like an easy fix. Maybe like it'll make the skate weigh a little bit more, and like you have to get a little bit more metal, I guess. But if you just like connected a few of the bolts, then they'll never spin, and you can just always screw and unscrew your skates without any troubles. Just makes sense to me. Although I've been having a lot of luck recently because when I change my frames out, right, all I do is I get a ballpoint Allen key, and I just put it through this hole and unscrew the frame. You can't even see it, but you can get to it with a ball end Allen key. Take the whole frame off, and then I screw another one on the same way, and then I don't have to take any wheels off, and it's even easier than a shift. But as soon as I get the thread spinning, which hasn't happened to me yet, then I'll be screwed. But I don't know. What was that question I just missed? How do I find thems for weight? I mean I came from skating a shift, which is like the lightest skate ever. But I didn't notice it there. I think I've got really heavy frames on at the moment, so it's hard to even tell. But they're not. There's nothing too crazy about it. You'll be used to it. I wouldn't say they're a heavy skate. I think back to blade weight the main. They're pretty similar to a shift, which is crazy because shifts are real light. They're lighter than the SRs, which are meant to be super light, right? So I assume that's really light. But I don't know, yeah, like I said, I'm riding the crate suspension frame, which has a lot of parts in it, so it's really heavy, and I'm running flat. Well, I still don't know, can I call this flat? It's not really flat, is it? Like, this is just an anti-rocker, but that's a full-size wheel, I swear. But yeah, I think that kind of changes how light they feel for me. Come on, camera. But I don't know. I've never been one to look out for light skates, so I don't notice anything. Any other anti-frames? I really want to try out the, oh my god, what's it called? Is it the Wish frame? The one that lets you ride like flat with a 72 and then like a 56 mil in the middle, so you can like, you can still grind with no wheel bar, and everyone says they're amazing. I almost brought some when I was in the States at Thorough Skate Shop, but a little bit broke. Other than that, though, I don't really want to skate anti-rocker anymore because I feel like I don't know. I I feel like it limits you. Like it helps you a lot with grinds, but it limits you to just grinds because you're like so glued to the ground. I don't know. I just really want to get used to riding flat. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really even riding flat now, but but you know, in theory here, when I put weight on this wheel, it's gonna squish up, and then this wheel will be touching as well. So I don't know. Also, I want to rotate this so I can see what it actually is like to skate flat. But like, I really like anti-rockers because I can. That's what I skated, and I've always. I've learned all my tricks on anti-rockers, so I'm kind of had to relearn them all flat. But I just really don't like how glued to the ground you feel without having all those wheels on the ground. And I really want to move past that so you can do something different, you know? We'll see though. I mean, I've been getting real sick of wheel bite, and you know, it's because I changed. And the 72mm wheels, honestly, I was so tempted to just skate those. So tempted. It's a little bit weird though, because I know like no one just skates 72mm wheels, and they still like power blading or like mushroom blading, where they do those like crazy cool, unique tricks. Not so mainstream, you know. I don't know if I could handle that. But another problem I found though was with the bigger wheels, instead of putting weight on your ankles, you put weight on your knees. So my knees got quite sore really quick, just from that one day skating. So I don't think I could do it, eh? But I don't know. We'll see. You never know what's going to happen. And these frames, even though in the review I said they're absolutely terrible, they've kind of grown on me because I've played around with them now. I haven't had as much trouble. And I don't know, when I first played around with them, they were absolutely horrible. I put the metal bits in so they had no suspension, and that was so clacky. Every bolt had like 4mm of movement. And then I swapped them again to the setup I have now, which is like a mixture of hardness and suspension. And some of them were fine, the bolts fit perfect, but other ones weren't. The bolts would move, which makes no sense. So what I've done, I feel like I talked about this already. Maybe I did. Oh well, apologies if I did. What I did though is I patched it in to stop the wheels moving. I put like painter's tape. It's painter's tape, plumber's tape behind it, so now they don't move, and now they're really solid, and I don't hate them as much. And on top of that, if you saw Back to Blading's review on these skates, which you probably did, I recommend if you don't. He said that he noticed there's like a dent in the bottom of the boot for where the frame bolt goes on the inside, and it hurts your heel. And I really noticed that when I put the metal parts in here and I had no suspension, to the point where like one day skate would really hurt my heels and I wouldn't want to jump. But with the suspension parts in, which I said don't do enough, it doesn't hurt my heel. So they're obviously doing something. So, I don't know. I think I was complaining about nothing. Anyway, I saw those questions come back. Hold up. Where are they? The Caltex flat is more fun to commute with. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I just like flat just because you can like boost out of quarters and you can possibly learn this little power slides and stuff that like Bobby does, and you know, I really want to be able to do that. And I really think like I could help rollerblading, you know, because we're really stuck on doing just grinds nowadays, and which is cool, but I don't know. I feel like we should be doing more things, you know. We should be doing grinds and like more ears and more like manuals and I don't know, that lame shit, you know. I think it's got a better appeal to the outer crowd that aren't rollerblading, get more people into it, you know. And honestly, it's a lot of fun to just fly around sometimes rather than grind. It's just me though. Anyway, which ones are the what are they? I don't even want to say that name. The Caltex. I'm trying to remember those frames and I can't. Apologies. How do I miss these comps, Spencer? Best true topsoil. Man, I want to go out skating today. It's a really good day. I'm down. I don't know if I got a good true topsoil. I'm keen to enter. What's the prize? thought about getting deads in 2 different hardness to ride hard. To ride flat, hard in the middle. That's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. If you can see. Although I got these wheels free with my skate, they're them wheels. And they are slightly softer than the dead wheels that I got in the middle here. But I think you need quite a hard wheel to notice a difference, really. Because they still grip quite a lot. I didn't even know Dead made 2 different hardness, if I'm honest. Is it they got the white wheels and the black wheels? I don't know. Because it seems like all wheels are around 90A hardness, I've noticed anyway. Which is not very hard compared to like skateboarding wheels and stuff. I don't know. Ooh. Ooh. You get some followers from there. That's sick. Yeah, Alex Burson's pretty cool. He I think pretty sure Razors is sponsoring. It might be sponsoring the New Zealand Opens this year. We haven't had a New Zealand Open comp since I won it, which was like 2011. So I'm pretty hyped. But Alex actually did like a personal message telling everyone to go. I don't know. I think he's a cool dude, man. Hopefully everyone goes because of that. Yeah, that's exactly what I felt like skating flat, Eric. Like, although now I'm like 2 months in, it does get real frustrating when I just want to go do like a topsail and I just wheel bite, you know, and then I think about wheel biting, so I wheel bite more, and it gets real frustrating. But just being able to like carve around, roll around, get speed quicker, pump through ramps quicker, you know, quick turns and sharp pivots, and you know, it's just so much fun, so much more fun to roll around, and you spend most of your time rolling around compared to grinding, so it makes sense to me. And it's greatly inspired by a video one of the urban rollerbladers made. I hope you guys have seen it. I don't know what it's called. I don't remember the guy's name either, but yeah, that's what I needed. I think you're right. I should start doing stuff like that on Laced. Little comps like that. Like, it's just fun all around, eh? Little competitions. It's fun to host as well, I think. Oh yeah. Even with souls though, I have trouble. You know? Sometimes like, I don't know, I'll go to do like an acid and I just straight put my wheel on. I don't know. But it's only when I'm thinking about it. If I just go for it, I'm fine. Skating flat's good though. I think skating flat's the way of the future. Get called trendy skaters, right? I don't know though. It seems to be recently though. It seems to be quite a good pickup in like the rollerblading community. I think, especially here on YouTube. I just remember like 6-7 months ago, there was like no one on YouTube, right? Maybe I just didn't know them. There was like Lino and like Tiago. You know, there's like the aggressive rollerblading scene was just not happening on YouTube. But now there's like 10, 15 channels. So people just kind of click that, think, hey, so this is a good thing to do for rollerblading. It's pretty cool. It's only gonna get the word out a bit more. I'm hyped about it. I don't know. I think, yeah, because I'm kind of alright on the groove tricks most of the time. Most of the time. I don't know. I think when you skate flat, I think it's just nicer to skate rail rather than ledge. But like, I just don't understand how like pros do it, because they just make it look normal. I wonder if it gets in their head, you know, whether they go out one day and just wheel by it over and over again. You know? Or maybe they just commit to it. Like Brosco has been skating flat for years, probably just used to it now. Speaking of him, I haven't seen anything from him in a while. I want to see him skate some themes. I haven't seen nothing. What do you guys think of the, is it Sean Das? His Pro Them boot? Is it sick? I was pretty tempted to try those. Skating a 72 flat sounds like a dream. And I've heard, I think the one piece skate, when I first heard about it, I thought it was like so stupid. I was like, we moved past that. We got UFS for a reason. But it just makes sense to me now. Like, yeah, it's going to be more expensive to replace parts, and you're not going to be able to like customize them as much, but it's just going to be so much more responsive, right? And you can move the wheels deeper into the boot. Just, I don't know, I've heard a lot of really good things about Aeons, and I almost was going to get some earlier, but I don't know, I'm still in this weird middle ground where I don't know what skates to get anymore. I used to just be razors all the way, but I don't know. You see both of them. How's the difference? Is it hard to go from the 60s to the 70s? Is it like real bad wheel bite? Because that's what I'd be worried about. Although when I skated the 70s, they just seem to have less wheel bite than skating flat. It's like the shape of the wheels better or something. Oh, are they? Okay. 60's still quite a big wheel, eh? As well. I don't know. I still think that whoever back in the day decided that we should go from skating 72s to like 50s. I feel like it was such a bad move. It was a good move because we learned a whole lot of we got a lot more styly with grinds, but I don't know, I think we just lost out on the rest of the kind of like options for tricks because of that move back in the day and how it became the norm. The rivets? Is that like rivets? What are the rivets? Is that like the thread for the bolts, or is that the like what back to Blaine said, the dent at the heel? A little bit lost on that. I need to know what rivets are. Someone told me off for calling the frame bolts. Said they should be called T-nuts. And I was like, okay, I'll call them T-nuts for now. But then I see back to Blaine calls them frame bolts, so what am I on about? It's definitely more wheel bite, but fast. Oh, yeah. I would be 60 sound good, yeah. It sounds like a good middle ground as well. Everyone who skates like a 100mm wheel or something, they say it's such a big difference from going from skating 72s to that. Apparently you just glide so much more. And like you glide so much in 72s, I don't know how you could glide any more than that, so I really want to try some out. But that's not going to ever be able to do grinds on a wheel that big. Yeah, that's Spencer. I'm thinking that as well. Like I kind of want to go back to. I think about going back to razors, just because as soon as I put them on, I know I'm gonna be able to do like I'm gonna be able to land a kind grind every pop, top sole every pop. You know, I could do like 270 front noogies and it's not gonna bite, and it's just gonna feel natural because I skated them like most of my skating life. So I can see it being easy to go back, but I don't know. I just think the whole reason, like my favorite skate of all time is the SL, the first ever SL1, the SL Black. How they re-released it recently. It's like my favorite skate ever. But I think it's only my favorite skate ever because it looks like bigger Rossies, Black M12. You know, and they got accused of like copying them. But I don't know. I just think the one thing I don't like about razors is how big they are. But everything else about them is just amazing. Like the perfect lined up grooves, the round grooves, the big sole plates, but not too big. They're pretty good. So the T-nut. Oh, so where the screws go into. Oh, I have had trouble with the rivets. I can't tighten one of my sole bolts because it just spins on the inside. And there's no way to hold it in spot on the inside, so it's just always going to be loose. It's not too loose though, so it's not the end of the world. And yeah, the T-nut one, it is indented in the heel, so when I skate without suspension frames, it hurts. And after like 2 hours skating, my heels feel like bruised. They aren't bruised, but they feel bruised. So you really need to do that fix that back to Blaine talked about. So yeah, you should check out his video if you want to do that. But all you need suspension frames if you got enough money. They work as well, because I didn't even notice it till I took the suspension out. Um, oh, thanks, Mr. Self-Destruct, man. That's sick. I can't believe there's no way I'm up there with them. They're like so much bigger than me. I don't know. um, appreciate that though, and that's sick. So the YouTube wave has brought you into skating. That's awesome, man. That's exactly what you'd want to happen from a YouTube scene. You want people to get back into it, and you want people to start it as well. The big like gap in knowledge there, though. I feel like there needs to be some videos, not only like teaching people how to skate, but teaching like the names of tricks and you know, I don't know, there's a big gap there, and it's someone needs to set the proper way to name tricks because there's so much variation through the community, and you know it needs to be someone who's like a pro. I don't know who, someone who's up there who can set it and get away with it. You know, someone like I don't know, maybe like Alex Brosco. Who else has been there for ages? I don't know. But it's just so confusing for people who just start skating, I think. They're never going to understand what these tricks are because there's 100 different names to them. Yeah, if you get this to them, Spencer, I highly suggest committing to it and not having the shifts to go back to, or maybe just really wear your shifts down before you get them, because then we go back to them and you won't like it. That's kind of what I did because of the liners and stuff. My shifts, no, that was still sweet. I don't know. That's what I was afraid I'd do that too, but I figure whenever I get any new skate, even if it's the same brand, there's always this like break-in time where like you have to relearn to skate anyway. So if it's a new skate, surely I can pick it up, and that's kind of how it went. Although I do have bad days where I still feel like there's a lot of tricks I can't do. And people say this is normally what I found too. Usually when you change skate brands, you like different tricks that you used to find hard become easy, but you lose some of your safe tricks. But on thems, for me, I've only lost tricks. I haven't found any that are easier yet, but I think that's more to do with skating flat than theme skates, because I had never skated flat before, except for maybe when I first started. So, I'm missing all these comments. I'm miles behind. Jeez. Over tightening. Oh, yeah, mine are like that too. Have you had trouble with the cuff bolts, James? Because one of my cuff bolts, I cannot tighten. It just spins forever, and ever and ever and ever if I tighten it now. It sucks. And maybe it's just falling out, but I don't want to pull the line out. I should pull it out, but I don't want to. Yeah, I really like them skates as well. Like, I'm pretty happy with them so far. And the USD Shadows are going to be sick. Yeah, that's what I thought as well, Eric. Like, them skates shouldn't be, they don't look like they should be good for grinds, but they are. I don't know. Like, I think it is that small sole plate thing. Small sole plate should be faster because it's less friction, but also since you have to get right on the trick to land it, I think it really helps. But I am still really struggling with topside, so I don't know. Yeah, oh, I used to skate the Genesis. That was my first Razor skate, of course. I had them in size US 13 though, and I'm size 10.5. So they were way too big for me. And when you skate a skate too big for me, when you skate a skate that's too big, it puts all the like backside plates are misaligned with your foot, so it makes royales and stuff like impossible. So if there's any newbie out there that's just getting into skating, make sure you get a skate that fits you. Don't get one that you think you're going to grow into like I did. That's stupid, especially if you're 13. But get your size; it'll help you a lot with learning tricks. Two of your sole screws just spin. Yeah, one of my sole screws just spin. I think you're kind of screwed. The way they're designed, there's no way to fix that. I don't think you're just gonna have to wait for it to get loose, and maybe like replace the rivet or the thread. I don't know. You're kind of screwed. Yeah, I have to agree with that, Mr. Self-Destruct. I would really want to do it. I've got a tip trick series. I really want to keep it going, and I really want to do like really good tip tricks. Kind of like aggressive more standard, but even higher. I want to really talk through the trick completely, and I want to like bring up all the points. I want to show it in first person, but it's easy to say that, but to do it in person, it's so easy to miss things. I really liked how unusual roleplay on Facebook, they did the solve tutorial. I really like how they did it, how they went through the history and then broke it down and did it. I really like how they did that. I don't know, I've got like 2 tip tricks now, and like I already think they could have been better, and it just feels like a waste because like, can I redo them? I suppose I can. And I feel like if I went out there and tried to name the name the proper ways, this is embarrassing. Name the proper ways to name tricks and stuff, I think people would call me out because I'm not big enough in the industry. I think I'm not up there enough to be saying the set way to call tricks. Otherwise, I probably would have done it. Even like Lawrence from Back to Blading would be in a better position because he's like an OG. I feel like it just wouldn't come across well if I tried to do it. How far behind these comments? Right, jeez. Maybe that's it. Yeah, Eric. When I suppose it's the same for me. Usually when I get straight out there, I don't get wheel bite. But then later on, when I'm tired, maybe that's it. Maybe you just need more focus when you skate flat. I don't know. I've really noticed though that if I think about not wheel biting, I'll wheel bite super bad every time. I have to like, if I don't think about it, it'll slide perfectly. But as soon as I think about trying not to get those wheels to hit, it'll grip really bad. It's super annoying. Yeah, new liners definitely can make a big difference, Spencer. I've noticed. I think good liner is a really good investment, although I have got stock liners at the moment. Because when you get if you got like a MyFit liner, they're gonna last so long, and you're just gonna be so much more comfortable skating. So I can like renew a skate. Although with my shifts, even though I've been skating them for like over a year, I think maybe not. Oh, my phone died. Oh, never mind, my phone's not dying. Okay. But yeah, I've been skating for over a year, and the liners were still sweet. I put them on, they still would like grab my heel, they're still super comfy. Compared to my sneakies, they like were real destroyed. I've still got them, and I went to put them on. They just got like no liner left. So the Shift 1 liner was still good, I think. Oh. Eric, man, I remember when I couldn't do top sides. It took me so long to learn them. Biggest tip for learning top sides is to learn it on rail. And then, it's still going to be hard to learn it on ledge, but learning it on rail will get your confidence up a lot, and it's a lot easier. If not rail, on like a box that has circle coping. That's the best thing to do it on. And just treat it as like a dark side sole. As a top sole is a dark side sole. And then slowly just keep on top of it, and you'll learn it. And then just keep trying to stall every time you go skate. You'll get it. But the sole plates on them 908s. I think they're really good. I don't know how to talk about it. I think they're compared to like a razor. These bolts are like a decent amount sunk in, so you're not going to be grinding on them for a long time. These ones are a little bit close, but especially here in the heel, you got like years before you're going to be grinding on that. And I really don't like how on the SLs, it didn't take very long to start grinding on them. And when you put the where the bolts were on the SRs is like right where you grind if you lean over the trick. So I used to get to the bolts real quick. And also on the SRs, the sliders stopped about here. So if you replace the sliders, you're not grinding on this bit anymore. It just didn't make any sense to me. So this sole plate for the them, I like it. I think it's good. Other than the smaller heel, I kind of wish this was a little bit bigger. But that's just me complaining, I think. Sole plate's good though. What did I miss? I surprisingly learned all my topsides on ledge. But I do remember it took me so long. I think I just clicked one day. No, I got rims. That's how I did it. I got some rims, I got some OSs, and suddenly I could just store them a lot easier because there's so much flex in that boot. But they used to roll me. Like we used to skate with my mates. And I'd be like, I can do a sweet stance. And I would just like destroy my hip because I miss. And I'd be like, I can do a fish brain and just get fucking murdered. But yeah, I didn't have a rail to skate back then. That's why I definitely would prefer to learn it on rail. So I used to go to this like the skate spot, the skate park of New Zealand, where everyone, all the rollerbladers were. It was all like coping. And everyone's like, how can you not topside? It's because I'm from Leeds, man. Yeah, the sole plates and the stock line on the limbs are really good. Really good. It's huge. I buy all my stuff from Roller Warehouse now, but I did used to just get it from. But I did used to just get it from. What am I saying? What am I saying? I just saw Lawrence's thing. I was like, whoa. What am I saying? I used to get all my stuff from Aggressimal, but since it's gone now, I've changed to Roller Warehouse. And I don't know, I really like Roller Warehouse. I feel like they just have a lot of stock for once. So there's no way to get them in New Zealand at all. Nowhere. You used to be able to get just wheels here. There's a wheel company, but I even think that's disappeared now. And that's my friend. I should probably ask about that. But anyway, Lawrence. Yeah, I brought up the heel problem, and I've been telling people to go check out your video because you've got the only fix for it. But I find I don't need to patch the heel on my skates because the suspension frames, if I have suspension in the frames, I don't notice it and my heels are fine. So yeah, check out Back to Blading's video for how to fix that heel divot in the them skate. It's my favorite all-time skater and skate. My favorite all-time skate would be the Razor SL. It's like when I was skating my best. The Razor SL, the black, the first SL1 I think it was called. They re-released it. It's my favorite skate. And my favorite skater has got to be, I'm probably going to say Josiah Blee. Love that dude. I really hope he's coming to like thems or something because he just left Rems. But he might not be going to anything, which would be sad. It's my favorite place to skate. Favorite place to skate. Probably Palmerston North Skate Park, my home park. I don't know if I'm going to commit to that though, man. It has its days. You learnt soul grind before you could do a front side. Yeah, I think that's pretty normal to learn soul before front side. I learned front side first. But I used to have this box in my house that was just wood. And I had these like horrible RB blades that were like this camo green color. And I was just running up to it and sliding on it. And I couldn't do soul grinds at all. I was just doing front sides. It's weird. Front sides and back sides. Top soles on fast ledges are scary. Yeah. Nah, I like them, man. When you get them locked in, it's so fun. You're struggling on Royales. I really think of Royales like a trick that some people will just get when they try it, and other people, like, it's kind of something you can't just learn. You kind of just pick it up, I think. And one day you'll just be able to do it if you just keep trying it. Because I couldn't do Royales for years. I just kept doing front sides, and whenever I tried to tweak it, I would just slip out. But now it's my safe trick, and no one understands how it's my safe trick when all the new people I skate with anyway. And It's so much safer than in front side to me now. So I don't know. You just gotta stick at it. You'll get it. No worries, Lawrence. Yeah, I think thems do need a heel pad, I think. Even if you put like an insole, they need something. That'd be an easy fix for John Julio to do, is just to release the next one with heel pads. I wonder if anyone else is having problems there other than, like, I wonder if the pros are doing anything about it. My favorite spot, like street spot. Oh, I don't know, kind of street skating scares me now. There is this rail here, it's the only like rail, like street rail I've kind of grinded, and it's kind of, I used to hate it, but it's so safe. It's got probably my favorite spot now. I haven't skated it in years. It's called the turf rail. It's in one of my videos. It's in a few of my videos. I know. It's in my part sanity check, and I kind of grind it in 3 out, and I'm like super hyped about it. That's that one. I don't know if you've seen that, but yeah. You're running an extra insole in the bottom of thems. I'm a size large, so I have room. That sucks. You have to wear a large, Eric, for a size 11, but I mean, if you can fit an insole, that works well, right? I definitely need something though, because you're gonna really hurt your heel, especially if you do any gaps. I'd give you a house tour, but this is my parents' house at the moment, so it'd be too awkward, I think. I'll give you guys a house tour when I'm back in Wellington in my own place. So maybe. That's probably gonna be the most boring thing ever. Not that this is that much better, right? Royals are all about style. Oh, I get that. Your Royals are. I don't know if I don't like that Royale's my safe trick, because if I go to like a scary handrail or a scary rail and I Royale it, it doesn't lead me to any other tricks. That's what I don't like about it. It's like a brick wall. It's like I spend all this time trying to Royale, and now all I can do is Royale it. I can't go up and like. I think if your safe trick was soul, then you could do a soul on the rail, and then a soul could lead into like an acid, a soul could lead into a Mizu, kinda. But a Royale, you're kind of stuck unless you do like a Unity, but that'd be terrifying. Or you could. The good thing about it is though that you can switch up from a Royale, and that's kind of the go-to, I guess. Although doing a Royale to alley-oop topsoul down a high rail for whatever reason is terrifying until you do it. I don't know why. It took me ages to overcome that, and now I'm back to where haven't overcome it. I have to relearn it, but I can do it. At the moment, I'm doing nothing except for skating. I used to be studying in Wellington, not anymore though. When I lived in Wellington, I was a manager at McDonald's. So I'd be working like full time, and then I'd skate when I can. But at the moment, I don't have a job, so I'm just focusing on this and applying for jobs every day. So, and I've got a interview coming up in 2 days, so hopefully I'll get that job, and then I'll be back in Wellington, which might mean I won't have as much time to do this, but I don't know. When I went to the US, I quit, and I saw it as a perfect time to switch up careers, do something different. And I have been thinking about studying again, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm all about staying at home, having like free rent and whatever, but it sucks, man. It sucks to not have your own place. It sucks to feel like you're bludgeoning off someone as well, you know. It sucks to not have money coming in either. I don't know. I want to get back to my own place with a job in Wellington as soon as I can. Oh, Brooke Howard, yeah, he's pretty famous here, but he's not famous for rollerblading. That's the thing. He's like He's like a TV presenter, and no one knows he rollerblades. It's the weirdest thing. When I saw Barely Dead, and it saw Brooke Howard Smith on there talking about like Senate and stuff, I was like, what? That dude, he runs like TV show on New Zealand. He's like an OG rollerblader, and he just never talks about it. I don't know. That was just the weirdest fact to me that like such a big part of rollerblading came from New Zealand and came from Brooke Howard. You know, seems like a cool dude though. He doesn't disown rollerblading. Like if you go on his Facebook page, he still has pictures of him rollerblading. I think it's just people just don't know about it. It's just weird. It would be cool to meet him, eh? I think he came down to like a New Zealand OG skate meet as well, which is even cooler. I don't really know what he's up to these days. He's a cool dude there. Thanks for the luck, Citrus. Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. So. That's okay. Yeah. There's. I don't know. It was really cool. All the shirts and stuff, and how the tags had like edgy things on them. It's a cool company. Glad that he sold it. Makes sense though. But it's a cool dude. I don't know what he's up to now though. He used to be on a show called Target here, which is funny. Which is like a show that has like hidden cameras and like sees what tradies do when you're not home and stuff. It's just it just doesn't seem like a role play. Really cool though. Be sick if he came out and skated at some point, but I think he's done it. It just shows though that like you can like you're not limited by where you're from, you know. I guess New Zealand's not that like a third world country or something, but he made such a big difference, and he's from New Zealand, you know. Shows it's possible. He's banned from the US. Oh no! What did he do? Do you know? And was it him that had that picture of him grinding he was grinding some flash car, but it's because they burnt out the inside or something. I don't know. He's stuck there. Oh. Do you know what he did? How did he get banned? Oh, my arm's dying. I really want to get this set up on like a computer. It'll be so much better. It'd be cool if Senate still exists as well, especially in New Zealand. Oh, it doesn't really surprise me, but I don't know. That's pretty funny. Crazy though how he came, like he's like famous in New Zealand now, which is crazy. If you're famous in New Zealand, that doesn't really mean much. When you're famous in New Zealand, you're only famous in New Zealand. No one's heard of you. But wasn't that cool though that he went from like top of the rollerblading game to just like a mainstream TV dude in New Zealand? Alright, I'm running out of questions now. I really like living in Wellington too. I really like it's a little city. It's really walkable. I really like the atmosphere of it, and like it's like an arty city. I really like it, but the skating there does kind of really suck. Not gonna lie. The city skate park is so lame. It's very small and it's always packed. So, you know, I think about yes, I'm gonna be back in Wellington, but it's gonna make filming videos a lot harder for me. Like the park here is so much better, but I just never get to go. Cheers, Lawrence, man. Hype for your videos too. Thanks for coming along. Anyway, and also, if anyone has any tips for me, am I the only one that has this happen? This is going to be in my video because it's coming up soon, so you're going to double hear it if you're going to see that. But see how the eyelids on these, they get like cracked and rusted. or every skate I've ever had. And I assume it's from like sweat, which is gross. But I don't think anyone else has that problem, do they? Does anyone else have a similar problem? And do you have a way to fix it? I've seen people, they've like repainted them and stuff, and I can see that would help, but I don't know, just it really, they not only does it look gross, you know, when it's all rusted, it also breaks your laces. You can see, this might be the good one. I think this is the good one, the laces look alright. I know, it starts, the rust gets on the laces, and then they just snap. Also, I remember it was 86T, right? He suggested me do that uni through 360 uni. This is what happened to my skate because of that. I'm pretty gutted from the buckle. The buckle's really sharp, and I was trying to wrap around the uni. I just cut the liner a few times. I don't know. Other than that, they're pretty sweet. Pretty cool. Now I kind of wish I didn't catch up with all the comments. Where'd everyone go? Yeah, there's like literally no rollerblades in New Zealand. There's no way you didn't plan to skate with someone if you're skating with someone. So, I don't know. I used to skate with like scooters, which is funny. Scooters and skateboarders a lot. Mainly scooters though, which is weird. But yeah, I'm pretty used to it. And I find the only time I ever get hate from like someone skating someone else is from someone who like sucks at whatever they're doing. Like even here on YouTube, if there's like a angry skateboarder in the comments, it's because they suck. Everyone that's like good at skating, they've always been super nice. That's just something. It's a bit off tangent, but it's what I've noticed. 30 minutes driving, both Arns and Z. You didn't see a single skate park. You know, I thought New Zealand was pretty bad with skate parks, but when I was in Maine, the skate parks were so spread out. Like I had to travel at least like 45 minutes. No, that's exaggerating. At least like half an hour to find a skate park, and there was only like one that wasn't like a terrible skate park, like super rough. So you know, maybe in New Zealand here, like almost every town here in New Zealand, especially now, has a skate park. Even my little town where I'm at now has a skate park they just built that I helped design, and it's terrible. But like I drive 15 minutes now to like a really good park, and I think they're not really on a world standard, but I don't know. I figured America is going to be this like haven with like street spots everywhere and like perfect skate parks every 5 minutes. But I think that might be more the West Coast. Did I say that right? I hope it's that right. So I think I was on the wrong side of the country when I was skating with Portland boys. It's not the main role guys anyway. And I said, like, I'm so close to like these perfect skate parks, but so far. And to them, it was like you're nowhere near, you know. But to me, I was close to getting them because I traveled halfway around the world, you know. I was as close as I'm ever going to be to those parks. What coins did I miss? How much do these weigh? I don't know off the top of my head, but you should check back to Blaine's video. He weighed them. Apparently, they're even lighter than the shifts. So, from memory, it's from Sweat. Really? Does it? This sucks. Is there any way to stop that happening at all? Because I think I'm out of all my friends, and the only one who rusts those eyelids out. So do I just sweat that much? That's gross. USC Legacies? I don't even know what they are. A tad heavier than a Valo. Yeah, it makes sense. I spent 30 days driving around. What'd you come to New Zealand for, Mr. Self-Destruct? I'm surprised how many people know where New Zealand is sometimes. And that it's not part of Australia. I was thinking putting like nail polish on it. I could just keep repainting them. That's kind of annoying though. I would definitely recommend getting some of them's. They're pretty sick. And they're really good for the price. Super good for the price, I think. Like it's like they're gonna last you ages for $165. That's such a good deal, you know. Although usually when I buy skates, I don't really think about the price too much because it's so expensive to get them to New Zealand. But I don't know. You can dye the plastic. Does that work very well? I don't know. That wouldn't work for the eyelids, so would it? Was that a different thing? Is that for something else? Wait, for 170 you can get entire M12 set up, like with wheels and everything. Are you serious? There's no way. Is that like a size 8 or something? Because wow, that's such a good deal. Oh, that's sick, man. I think it's a good choice to come vacation in New Zealand, man. When I grew up here, I was always like, why do people want to come here? You know, it was just funny. I used to take tourism in high school, and I'd tell my teacher, like, why do people come here? Like, there's no skating here, you know? And it's New Zealand. But I've recently traveled around New Zealand, and I can see why, man. This place is amazing. Not that the rest of the world isn't, but this place is definitely so cool. Glad to be from here. Pretty light. Size 10. How? Where's that from? Is it just how much they cost? I want to get some M12s. I think the good thing about M12s is that they're cheap and they look cool and they're really small. I think it's, even if they like wear out quick, I don't know what I'm on about. I think as much as when I was younger, I wanted people to make a skate that would last forever, where you just had to replace sole plates, like sliders and stuff. I think for rollerblading, that's not a good idea. I think they should make a skate that you have to buy often. As much of a scam that is, I think it'd be better for the industry. I don't know. Maybe a bit of both. People come to New York because it's amazing. I went there, it was so cool. Don't think I could live there, but bit too many people, but that city's amazing. When I was in Times Square, it was like, wow, am I actually here right now? It's so cool. Yeah, you don't, eh? New Zealand's pretty dope. It definitely has its downsides, New Zealand, but it's pretty dope. Like the fact that you can't, it's like, the good things about America is you can get free shipping on like everything. And, you know, most things to do with skating are like from America, so it's quite cheap to get them. And you can go to a skate shop in America, and the skate parks are a bit better. And there's indoor skate parks. That's what I don't like about New Zealand. There's no indoor skate parks, and the weather's terrible here sometimes. And by terrible, I mean a little bit bad compared to like the US, where it like snow and you can't like leave your house. But alright, bonus. I'm confused. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like with skateboarding, you can buy a whole setup, $200, right? Probably. I don't know. And they snap easily, right? And you can snap a new board if you're unlucky, and then you have to go buy another one. It's a good money making deal, right? But with skates, if all you have to do is buy like a $15 slider every 6 months and some wheels, it's just not much money coming through, you know? I think cheaper but more often is probably a better way to go. But maybe have both. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, man. I could run a skate company. Roller warehouse. Oh man, I really like the M12s. I really want to try them, but I feel like my feet ain't gonna fit in them. People seem to be worried about the fit of thems too, but they're not a narrow skate. Everyone can fit thems. It's a normal width of a skate, not like Valos or Rossies. All the big YouTube plays are outside America, and it's funny because majority of audience on YouTube is always America. It's always America. You know, no matter where people are making the videos, even if they're not doing super well, it's usually the majority is Americans. Isn't that crazy? It's not like America's the biggest place in the world, right? Maybe it is. X Games cut them from the show because the US. That sucks, yeah. The X Games story is such a scam, man. I hate it. True to size fee. Oh, really? I mean, maybe I should have tried some on when I was in the US, because I really like the Rossies look. I really like it. I really like the whole team they have going at the moment too. Let's see. Oh. I think I'd have to like probably upsize, which sucks. I don't want to do that. So I know even Ryan Slug, who I skate with, he started skating them and he fits them, but they hurt his feet and he hates it and he thinks it's the liner, but I don't know, man. I don't want to have skates that hurt my feet again. Those are bad days. Where am I up to? Wait, me, Lino. Wait, what did I miss? All the big YouTubes. I think people like to hear accents. Probably helps with their channels, because I do notice that too. All of them aren't from America. None of them are from America. Lino, what's his name? The guy in Toronto. I don't know. None of them are from America, except for like the pros. What am I missing? Yeah, Aeon, having like a one-piece skate might actually be the way to go for the future, which is old school rollerblading, To have a one-piece skate. I think it's kind of a win-win-win-win, Like you have a really solid, responsive skate, you're never going to lose any bolts. And when it breaks, you have to buy a new one, which is good for the industry. Aeons is probably a really good idea for us. That's what I think the same. I really hated the idea of not having UFS, but apparently UFS is just having those two bolts, you lose a lot of control, apparently. I don't know though. We have cool accents, yo, shot. You can't even understand, yeah. When I first posted a video up on Reddit one time, some guy full on roasted my accent. I don't know, it sucked. What's weird too? Whenever I listen to videos from Americans, I don't hear an accent, but when I go meet an American, I hear an accent. It's weird. It's like hearing Americans coming out of videos normal to me. You didn't think I'd tell much difference from the M12s? That's good to know. I honestly think I'm probably going to get them next. We'll see though. I don't really have any money at the moment. Americans. You have both and they're similar. Anti-rocker setup on the M12s and flat setup on the M's. I've heard M12s are flexy as well, not like a rigid skate. They look like a rigid skate, but I don't know. I think Lino said it's a flexi boot. I think it was Lino. Yeah, that's true. I suppose if they're not UFS, then you can't ever change the big wheels or something. Yeah, that would be kind of lame. How many skates I have? Like at the moment, I have 2, I think. Maybe. I give all my skates away because I want to help people who can't afford skates. It's usually just my cousin, but I like to get more people into it, you know. And I sold my shifts because I needed money. So I've only got my them skates and some sneaky Fraser's Pro Skate. Anyway, what am I up to? Yeah, that's what I was thinking with the Aeons. It makes sense. I think I'd really like to see what it feels like to have a skate that is all one piece and how much difference, you know, not having any movement in the parts would be. And if it's worth it, I'd like to try that out. Because apparently it's so much better. And apparently a UFS mount is terrible and you lose a lot of responsiveness. Yeah, the lacing system on the 908s would be hard to leave behind because it is so good. You know, whenever I think this lacing system does nothing, if I tighten it up, man, it feels like a different skate. It's crazy. The lacing system just works so well. I don't know how it hasn't been used before. It's so crazy. Oh. Message retracted. What does that mean? I've never seen that before. Yeah, like when I had the 72mm wheels on, they were definitely too loose, and it like started to hurt a little bit. So I tightened up the laces, and it just felt completely different. It felt so much more supportive. So I don't get it. Like it's like having a 45-degree strap. I think it just works really well. It's a really good move, I think. My buckle. I usually have it. I don't have it loose. I know Lena says he has it loose. I back when I first got into skating, I was trying to learn Royales. I used to think I should have it loose, but I don't have it. I don't say I have it tight, but I don't have it loose. I just have it comfortable, you know. That's not really an answer, is it? I don't have it loose. I have it like a good amount of tightness. If I think about it, I get confused about it. You know, I can over tighten it, but honestly, I think I'm all about having a tight skate rather than a loose one on. That was a hard one to answer. I don't know why. I think having a looser buckle could help learning Royales. Lino suggested that. I just think you don't want to go too loose because you're going to hurt your ankle. Definitely don't have it super tight when you're trying to learn it. How long have I been skating aggressive? Since this is hard. I kind of when I work this out, I don't include time where I didn't take it seriously. I didn't actually try to do it every week. So I say I technically started properly skating in 2009 when I started high school. So what's that now? It's 2018, right? 9 years? 9 years. Right? Wow. But really, a couple of years before that, I like tried to like ride the half pipe and stuff. But I didn't really try it until high school, which was interesting. Like I didn't do it every day. Well, not every day, like every week. I used to just do it whenever someone invited me out. Yeah, took it way more seriously from there on. I don't know if that's cheating because I've probably been skating like 12 years if I include those years. Sole's a touch too narrow on the M12, even compared to them's. Wow, it gets narrower than that. Good answer. Okay. It is a long time, right? How many pairs of skates do I own? At the moment, only 2. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know. I used to like keep all my skates, especially if I snapped them. I used to hang up all these skates that I snapped because I used to snap them a lot. Because I used to buy them from like an eBay site here, and they were just like really old skates that weren't designed well. And I'd take the wheels out and they'd just snap in half, like literally. But now like I said, I give my skates away so that like friends that need skates but can't afford them can still skate. Yeah. And I recommend doing that. Help people get people out skating, guys. Although it's sad to see skates go. Like my SL Blacks, I really didn't want to give away, but I was like, it's better to have someone skating them than them just sitting in my closet. Really? Oh man, I kind of want some Aeons then. Do you like to go skating for? Um, Skating from one place to another. I kind of like to. I kind of don't at the same time. Um, I do like to just go like if there's like a nice track somewhere, like to skate along the river and stuff. It's fun, or along the waterfront in Wellington. But skating around cities and stuff, I'm not the biggest fan because I don't feel super confident I can stop in time before I like crash into something, or before I like bowl into someone or roll out into a road, get hit by a car. I just don't feel confident in that sense, and I don't know how people do that. And I'd really like to be able to because it's fun to fly through the streets, and like roll to work. But whenever I would roll to work, it'd always be if I start like 5 a.m. or something, so there's like no one around. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I can see that too. I don't know. I really want to learn. There's a few things. There's the basics of skating I really want to learn. That is like, it was steer rolling, finally learned steer rolls, which is good. But I really want to learn power slides. I just can't do them. And if I try to learn them, I just break my wheels. And I don't know. I really like power slides. I feel like that will help me with skating around cities. But then I had a Reddit post up the other day, and people were saying that it's more effective to just turn out of the way than to try power slide before you hit something. And there's another way people stop. If you see, oh man, I'm not gonna be able to say his name. The guy, the Asian dude that won the Bushy Pope skate off. He's the man. It's like, I'm not gonna say his name. I'm gonna ruin it. But he does that stop where you kind of like do like a UFO C slide. I'd love to be able to do that as well. I have no idea how that's even possible to do without gripping. And shout out to the 7 people that are here too, because you all hit likes. Appreciate it. Anyway, I've probably got like 8 more minutes, and I'm going to be pretty done. So 8 minutes though. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, like even if you like got like a clip at the park, and you do like a grind a rail, and then you do like a power slide to stop, it just looks cool, and it shows you have control over your skates. And I've like set out to learn. I've watched so many tutorials. I just don't know how people do it. I don't know how people can be confident on them. I never tried to learn them because, like, when I first started skating, I didn't have the money to replace my wheels, and replace my skates if I slid on them and flat spotted my wheels and stuff. So I just never learned them. Same with cess slides. I never set out to learn cess slides because I couldn't afford to replace my skates. So these are just like kind of gaps in my skating now. But I don't know, people seem to think you don't flat spot your wheels, right, if you power slide right. But I used to flat spot them doing T-stops, Cess slides, yeah. Yeah, they are, right? And like, if I break my wheels, I have to order them from the States now. And that's a decent wait. It's like a 2-week wait before I get them. So maybe I should just have spares, but I don't know. Yeah, wheels aren't cheap. With postage, yeah, it cost me a lot. I think running flat as well should make power slides easier, right? Or better for your wheels, because there's more friction. It's probably harder to power slide, I don't know. But someone wanted me to do a cess slide tutorial, right? And like, I don't think I'd be the best with teaching that, because I'm pretty bad at cess slides. I can do them though. The biggest tip I ever learnt for cess slides is you should do them like the backside or topside version of the trick. Just think of like, if you're doing a royale, when you're doing it, think of it as a back royale, and it should slide more than if you're doing a front side one. Wait, really? My bad. Wait. So you comment it and I answer, and then I read it and answer it again. My bad. Is there a minute delay? Damn. Oh. Mr. Self-destruct, yeah. Oh, okay. Get double the answer. I don't know, this is so sharp to everyone for actually talking. This would have been really awkward if no one asked anything, you know? I'm 22. And that's making me feel old. You know? Yeah. Feels like, I don't know, still feels like I'm 20, you know? Years are flying by. Gonna be 30 before I know it. Yeah, started when I was 13, yeah. Wow. I took it more seriously when I was 13. I put rollerblades on for the first thing I ever did was ice skate. That was when I was like probably like 9, and I was down south here, and I went ice skating. And then I got rollerblades because of the cartoon Mega Man, and the main dude had rollerblades, so I wanted them. And I got some like op shop ones, and that was probably when I was like 11. And then I moved here, and then we had a wheels day at school, which means like you want to bring something with wheels to school for like lunchtime and stuff. And all I had was rollerblades, so I brought them, and I met this dude that had some cheap aggressive skates, and he was doing like these horrible grinds and stuff, and I was inspired to try it. So I came out after school with him, and I tried to learn some grinds, and I was really terrible. We rode the half pipe, I was terrible. And then when I got to high school, I started to actually be able to do some tricks. And I started to do it more seriously. I was still going every weekend, getting better and better, you know. So I count it from then, and that's probably cheating. So technically, I've probably been skating for like 12 years. But... Oh, I just missed 100 comments, did I? So... The profile helps. Oh, really? So I should get a bullet profile. At the moment, I got both without even trying. Got bullet and the flat one. I can't remember the names. I've never done roller skating. No, I've always wanted to. I'm surprised this is the big thing that shocks me is that aggressive roller skating, you know, like quad skates, is not a thing. Because it's cool, you know. Like if you see Lino do it, you can do like skateboard grinds. It's pretty cool. And I'm surprised there's no following there, and like rollerblading's the main one. Seems like why did that one not take off? You know, was it just no one doing it or something? Wait, I think he mentioned that one that had like the anime where they had like electric rollerblades, right? Mine was more, it's that freaking and the guy just rollerbladed sometimes. It was nothing to do with rollerblading, the program, Mega Man. Cheers, Eric. See you later, man. Probably already missed you. I apologize, but Lino Bros is crazy. Like both. What? I think did I miss something? Probably. Because breaking is harder. I guess. Oh, is it? Oh, this stuff like that's so lame, man. People just didn't do it because it's supposed to be just for women. That's so lame. I don't know. I think it's really cool how Lino has been a pro in so many things. He's a cool dude. He actually messaged me a while ago and said he like wanted to let me know when it's a good time to talk to you. And I was like, I'm free now, and then he just never got back to me. It was weird. I was wondering if we were going to do a skate talk or something. Which I don't know. Don't know if I'm ready for that. I'll probably be starstruck by Lino, you know. I think I couldn't message him. I don't know. Yeah, like Lino recognized me. Isn't that cool? He's been commenting a decent amount of my stuff now too. Shout out to him. He's the man. It would be cool. No, I would definitely be keen to do like a skate talk or even like a collab in some way. But it also sounds pretty scary. I just can see that getting pretty awkward. Or I don't know. If you've seen his skate talks, man, he gets pretty out there with the comments, you know, the questions, you know, pretty mean about them. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know. No, I'd be down if he actually hit me up. I'd be down. I'm sure he's probably talking to me, and then Brian Aragon probably got back to him and he forgot about me, you know. Yeah, I think it would be cool. It would be really good for me too, because it'd be him like shouting me out, you know. Although I feel like most people on my channel are already from his channel, because I think a lot of people got suggested to my channel when he did something about the them skates, and I had something up at the same time. I don't know. So like, it probably wouldn't make much difference. And yeah, haters are definitely gonna hate, and skaters gonna skate. That's for sure. A downhill collab with no brakes. Yo, I'll die. I suck at downhill. Yeah, that's true. I think we do. And he's got more insight than me, though. He like actually works for the rollerblade industry. I wish I did. He's actually like helped me out a lot just through his like. He does this like tutorials for how to do like YouTube and stuff, you know, how to do well, and like sometimes he doesn't get the point across, but they have helped me, you know. They make a lot of sense. So shout out to him, I guess. But like when he says he did one, he inspired me to now post more than once a week, because I think it does make a big difference for how your channel does. It does, because it's just more chances that you're gonna make a good video, you know. And it's more fun, you know. It means I'm doing more variety if I'm posting more. I like it. I just hope that when I have a job again, I can still do it. Anyway. What? That's sick. Is the upload time good, James? Like when I upload it at 9 a.m. Boston time. Is that a good upload time? It probably doesn't matter, right? I don't know. I was gonna move it to 9 a.m. LA time. Oh, shot. Later, Eric. Did I get this comment this time? But yeah, I was gonna move the upload time to 9 a.m. in LA, but that is like really late in Boston. I feel like that might screw it up. Okay, yeah, I'll just keep it how it is, I think. It's kind of nice because it's like a completely different time zone to here, so I just wake up to see all the comments. It's cool. I like it. Anyway, we've been going for an hour and a half now. And I was only going to go for an hour. So I'm probably going to have to peace out now. So thanks everybody for coming along. And even hitting like, which is dope. I didn't even have to ask, right? Appreciate all the comments and questions and stuff. I was really worried no one's going to say anything. Stay tuned for my video. It's coming up. Should be 9 a.m. tomorrow in Boston time. It's a long one, and it's probably pretty boring, but should be dope. Alright, guys. Thanks for good luck, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.